Finisar is a crown jewel of the optical industry, seen as a technology leader. 2-6, the merger partner, approached Finisar with the desire to put the companies together so they could get those technological crown jewels of the company and then have a Silicon Valley presence for themselves. So the main challenge of this transaction boils down to approval by the Chinese regulators of the transaction. So both parties to the merger had significant China businesses. They build product in China, they sell to Chinese customers. That gives the Chinese regulator an approval right of the transaction. So if the Chinese don't approve it, the transaction fails. Now that approval process took the better part of 1 year. And what happened in this transaction, from the time we signed it up to now, when we closed it, is the development of the US-China trade war. As part of that process, you'll recall the Trump administration imposed a ban on selling products to Huawei. Huawei just happened to be a very large customer of Finisar and very influential in the SAMR approval process. As the trade war progressed, with every setback, every tweet, market sentiment about the deal would change. The board found itself under pressure, both from shareholders and others. What's going to happen with the transaction? It became our job to help guide that process, both with the regulator in China and with our board here in the US. I would think that there's only a handful of US law firms where you have the depth of expertise on the China side to know the players, to know the advisors, to understand how the process works, to understand how to speak and communicate with them, and combine that with expertise to guide the board on the US side. And we're one of those firms that has that capability. So I was joined at the hip with my partners in the antitrust group and in the China group, principally Philip Monahan, who is out of our Hong Kong office, and Courtney Dyer in Washington, D.C. It's really their expertise in dealing with these international regulatory bodies that saved the day for this transaction.